So you were able to think deep. That means you saw some loopholes and you felt, this class is already helping me to see those areas I need to touch down on. Okay, Tim Blissful says, I learned about having a business idea which is innovative, and I learned the importance of validating my business idea. Wow. So that importance really stood out for you. Wow, 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 wow. I love this. Okay, Ruth says, one of the things that stood out for me was the discussion around mind mapping and the importance of customer or client's feedback in what I do. Yes, exactly, exactly. You really need your customers' feedback because it helps you to know if you're doing the right thing, if you're actually more or less like when you do business, you buy into your customers' emotion. So their feedback helps you to know if you are capturing their emotions so that you can still sell to them or they can refer you. Okay. I was able to think about new business idea. Wow. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. That's great. That's well, to me, almost everything stood out for me. Please, a second, please. Okay. Today promises to be another beautiful one. Sorry for that break. I just had to. Today promises to be another great time, just as you said about last week, insightful. I hope this week, this class also, you will really enjoy it because we have the two speakers for the two sections of today are great people, and they are definitely going to impact you with their words. But before we move ahead, Mr. Yomi Samuel, please, are you on the call? Just want to
Yes.
confirm that.
Yes.
Oh,
Good evening,
thank you
everyone.
very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Evening,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much. Thank you very much.
very
Okay.
well.
For today's section, we'll be having Mr. Yomi. That's our first section. Mr. Yomi will be taking us through the first section. And I know some of us will want to know who Mr. Yomi is. You really want to know, okay, who is Mr. Yomi Samuel? Okay, let me quickly read a brief of Mr. Yomi Samuel to us. Samuel Yomi is an entrepreneur, a highly skilled and experienced professional in the fields of business development, leadership building, and social media marketing. He excels in both technical and entrepreneurial aspects. He possesses the ability to combine creative and strategic thinking to produce compelling visual content that provides valuable insights to businesses. He possesses a strong background in business development and digital marketing with over 10 years of banking experience as head of digital marketing and business environment. Sorry, business development, pardon me. Okay, so as we go into the first section, we'll have Mr. Yomi Samuel taking us through defining your business structure. Sorry, it doesn't look churchy, but the way I would say it, with a clap ovation, can we welcome Mr. Samuel Yomi as he takes us through the first section? Please let me see you drop an emoji in the chat box. Let's welcome Mr. Yomi, please.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. So, can I comment?
Yes, you can, sir. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Dewale, and good day, everyone. I know it's been a very stressful day for some of us, while some are still, in the office, some are still in their businesses as well. But I would like to start with something very important so that we can all benefit from what we have right now. I listened to the request to know what each and every one of us learned last week, and it seems that we didn't keep note. And one thing is very important as an entrepreneur. For you to grow, you need to keep track of your progress. So if you're not keeping note of what you're learning, then it becomes a problem. So the question is, how do you improve your product and services if you can't keep note of what you're learning? So I want us to please pick this as a part of our life. As an entrepreneur, you need to add to it. Make sure you keep track of what you learn. It helps a lot. So back to the business. My name is Samuel Yomi Ezekiah, just like Mr. Diwali has introduced to you. But I'm going to leave the accolade and all that aside. Let's go into the real reason why we're here today. And I will appreciate something from everyone. Please, if you can't hear me, kindly make some noise, make a signal, drop something on the group so that we can all find out what the problem is. And if I ask a question, please, I would like every one of us to please comment, make significant effort. It doesn't matter. All answers are correct. It doesn't matter what the answer look like. So please try and make comments. If you don't make comment, I'm going to make maybe call names. So I don't know you guys. You don't know me. So I think I need to show my face first so that those who don't know me can also see my face from afar. So this is me. Please try and just do me a favor. Try and make little comments when there is need for you to make comments. If I ask questions, please respond. If you need to ask a question, drop it on the group. I believe the moderator will manage that for us. Thank you very much. So in today's class, last week was very rich. I listened, I watched everything to the end. And I believe that everything we have in the world started from our mind. The mind is the bedroom of every invention. As such, that led me to something very important, which we're going to be discussing today, the business fundamentals. But before then, in 2014, when I got into a particular office, I met a leader, and he gave me an offer, which I didn't know what it was, a great offer. He asked me to read a book written by Oluwafemi Adedipe. And the book said, If I Rule the World. I don't know if any of you has seen that book before. That book was one of the books that changed everything about me. And, you know, if you are reading books, please do not try to read all the contents, like reading the entire book. Pick those content, the type of content that affects you directly. Pick them, read them, that affect your business, that affect your career, and follow through. Now, the first content on that book says, where are you coming from and where are you going? That was what changed my perspective about being a self-employed or to be an entrepreneur. So I'm asking you now, as an entrepreneur, where are you coming from and where are you going? There's this word I used to, encourage my staff. I'll tell them, if your why is not strong enough, you are not going anywhere. So if you're coming from somewhere, maybe you have experience in the private sector and all your life you've been working, but you plan to move to be an independent person, or you have a business that you're running right now, you are still a self-employed person, you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to look at where you are right now, where you are coming from, and where you are going. It's very important. If you're not visualizing your life, your business in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, then you're going to maintain your current status for the rest of your life. So I want to please encourage you to please understand where you are right now, where you're coming from, and where you're going. That will help you to boost and encourage yourself. So I'm going to, Mr. Adewale, are you sharing the screen or should I go on sharing it?
You can share your screen, sir.
All right, thank you.
Awesome.
So, please, if you can see my screen, let me know. Come here. Come here. Yeah. So, excuse me. All right. Please, I hope we can all see the screen. Can we all see the screen?
Yeah, your screen is visible, sir.
All right, thank you very much. So, the business fundamental is a stage where you and I are going to be discussing this evening, and I need a total attention. What exactly are the business fundamentals? I'm going to be asking these questions based on what we've done as a business owners. Please listen to this. It doesn't matter what your response look like. It doesn't matter. This is practical class. It's not theory. So whatever you think that you've done in your business, please bring it to the table. Somebody's going to learn from it. But before that, I want us to discuss these things and make them visible for everyone to learn from it. That will trigger us into the next phase of this class. It's going to be revealing things that you've known, things that you never practiced, things that you ought to have practiced over time and boost your business. So please do not take this for granted. Business fundamentals are basic things that you and I maybe just do every day. We want to grow business, we want to meet new clients, you want to expand your reach, you want to change your locations and all that. Things that you do to just improve your businesses. But before then, we have to look at who can really improve on these fundamentals. Is it the, what do you call it? The entrepreneur or the self-employed? At this point, I'm going to ask a simple question. I want just two persons, a lady and a guy, to respond to this. Please listen to this. How do you define an entrepreneur? I just want two people, one guy and one lady. Just anybody can respond, please. How do you define an entrepreneur and a self-employed? In your own term, just tell me, and trust me, your answers are correct. I'm just giving you hope in advance. Your answers are correct, but we want to know what exactly have you termed yourself. You are a business owner, so are you an entrepreneur or you're self-employed? If no one is responding, I'm going to call names at random, but please, I need someone that is bold. I need an entrepreneur who is very strong, who is, self-made, to please speak up. Anyone? Before I call names. Okay, my class is always hot, so you need to please speak up. Okay, Faith Ogunlola, please, are you there? Faith Ogunlola? Is anyone like that? Not responding? Okay. Okwe Oluwa Yusuf Akorede, is anyone there? Is it there? So, Mr. Adewale, are these people online or they're offline? I just need to know.
I guess they are online. Faith Uknola just replied in the chat box now. Okay. Can you please just unmute Miss Faith Uknola?
Unmute, yes, unmute, and someone is raising hand. B's Foods, please, you can speak up. Unmute and speak, please. Unmute and speak.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Hold on, Faith. Let Bliss Food speak. Then you just come in later.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Evening.
So, yeah, according to my own self-definition,
yeah,
an entrepreneur is a person who develops his own products and services.
Okay.
To meet a need.
Okay.
So to meet a problem or to solve a problem. Okay. While a self-employed person can decide to be somebody would develop other people's products.
Okay.
Like a marketer now or a trader. She's self-employed, but she's selling other people's products.
Fantastic. So one sells someone's product, the other invents his product. Perfect. Faith, please go on. Floor is yours. Thank you, Bliss Food. Thank you. Faith, please, you can go now. I need to be audible enough. Go ahead, please. I think Faith was speaking initially. All right. So we need a man to deliver us from this. Who is speaking for the men? Abiodun Okeowo. Is it there? Is Abiodun part of us? Hello? Hello, Abiodun? Are you there? Okay. Darren Sunday Emmanuel, is he there?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, all right. So, an entrepreneur, in simple terms, is someone that is able to bring new ideas to solve a particular problem. Yeah, there's a particular problem, and we need a solution to it. For me, that's what differentiates an entrepreneur to a self-employed. And a self-employed works with rules that have been um, dictated. Okay, it comes, okay, this is what I need to do, I need to get this done and all that. But an entrepreneur sits down, evaluates a problem, a situation, and looks for a solution to that, and is rewarded for that. So that's who an entrepreneur is to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for giving this beautiful contribution. I can guarantee you that all your definitions or briefs are correct. As long as you understand what an entrepreneur and self-employed person is, then this journey is going to be smooth. Let's go ahead. Now, the question is, if you have defined who an entrepreneur is and who a self-employed is, now the question comes to you as a person. You've been in this business for like maybe 5, 3, 2 years. So the question is, are you an entrepreneur? From your analysis right now, you are just standing by the mirror or in front of the mirror looking at yourself. From your personal perspective review of how far you've gone in your business, are you an entrepreneur right now or you're self-employed? Please, if you haven't spoken before, just unmute and be honest because we're going somewhere. If you are an entrepreneur right now, you're going to speak. And I'm going to ask a question if you speak. If you're a self-employed person, I'm going to ask a question as well. But trust me, they are good questions to help you grow.
Okay.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
please.
Good evening, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for me, my answer is going to be both.
Okay.
I am an entrepreneur and I'm also self-employed.
Thank you very much. So you discover that from the definition of both entrepreneur and self-employed, you have concluded that you are in between, right? That's what it means. All right.
Yes.
Is there anyone in the house? I want a male response right now to please tell me, are you an entrepreneur right now or you are self-employed? Before we further this discussion. Anyone? Any man delivering us on this question? Is there any man in the house? I don't want to be calling the men because men are always strong enough to, they are bold enough to respond. You see, ladies are just unmute at interval and speak. Please, who is that? Oluboyede, right? Oluboyede. Oluwadamilare. I think that should be a man, right? Oluwadamilare. Is it there? All right.
Yeah,
No
I just
problem.
answered you now. I'm a lady and I just answered the question.
Thank you very much. How about Sunday Emmanuel? Darius Sunday Emmanuel. Is he there? All right. Okay, thank you for responding and for saving us. Now, this leads to what I'm about to say. Please, if you have a pen, write this down. There are stages. Let me pick 5 out of these stages. There are 5 stages I picked before you can confidently speak about being an entrepreneur. Number 1, your mindset, which was discussed last week. Number 2, the product or the service you render. Number 3, if you haven't built any team yet, then you're not an entrepreneur because the team should be there working for you or working with you. Number 4, the kind of clients you manage. And number 5, this is mine for the meantime, the location. So you can be online, you can be offline. It depends on where you are, but your location is very, very, very important. And that leads to one of the most important parts of my secrets in running a business. And I call that the 3 arms of running a business. 1, your mind. Number 2, your house. And number 3, the word. So if your mind is not strong enough to carry what is ahead of you, you end up being self-employed. Because as an entrepreneur, you have to innovate, you have to think, you have to see problem at all times. That was what led to the book I read out. If I rule the world. So where are you coming from? And where are you going? Do you want to be a self-employed for the rest of your life? Or you're thinking of renewing, inventing your self-employed into an entrepreneurial stage? So all these are very, very important. And that leads us to the difference between an entrepreneur and a self-employed person. So why both entrepreneur and self-employed individuals are their own bosses, there are distinct differences in their mindset, approach, and risks and reward. So what approach are you using right now? Is it the regular approach? Oh, come and buy. It's 5,000. Everywhere you go, it's the same price. I hope you know now. The rice not at 5,000 now. You just maintain the same approach. What others are doing, you're doing it, and nothing has changed. Your mindset cannot even take strong decision. What are the kind of risks you are taking to build a better brand of what you have right now? Now, if you don't take risk, trust me, there are no rewards. So for every risk you take, it's either good or bad. So you need to take risks to get reward. And the bigger risks you take, the more rewards you get. So all these are part of what makes you whether self-employed or an entrepreneur. Now, look at the entrepreneur. They innovate. They have the business knowledge. They have a team. Now, at the level of entrepreneur, you must learn leadership, because most of the problem we have around the entrepreneur right now is their ability to lead the people they employed, whether directly or indirectly. Maybe they have 2 girls, salesperson, and like, oh, please, you are very stupid. I don't like you. You're not selling. You stole my money. No, that is not how to lead. You lead people to make profits. You lead people to build brand. You lead people to be happy, not being sad. I think there was one thing that lingered on LinkedIn last week or this week. A lady went on leave, and when she came back from the leave, the entire branch were celebrating her. She's the head of operation in that branch. And that video went viral. Can your staff or your team celebrate you if you are absent for a day? Oh, madam, we missed you for a day. If that is not there, you are a self-employed person. Then the question is, how long can you leave your business? If you can't leave your business for 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, you are not an entrepreneur. You're self-employed. So please think very well. If you are in between, fantastic. It means that you are building your mind towards being a greater or a great entrepreneur. Because once your mind is set on that goal, like, where are you going? So you are going somewhere. You're not like those who think, well, now I have a business. I think everything is fine. I can pay my bills. I can pay salary for 2 girls, 2 sales girls, and then my office is just within Wuse Market, and I'm fine. That is not the mindset of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is thinking of a new product, expanding service, thinking of new location, thinking of how to partner with new partners, thinking of how to expand his reach, thinking of expanding to the world, not the locality. So all these are key areas that you have to sit down and ask yourself questions. Now, what risk can I take? How big is my risk appetite? Can you tolerate more risk in this business? If someone say, let's partner, I have 20 billion. What can you do with it? Hey, no. I don't like that kind of risk. I can't play with money. If this money go bad now, how do you want me to pay? No, you are still a self-employed person. So this definition is not the end. There are other definitions of an entrepreneur. And secondly, the characteristics of an entrepreneur. They are innovative, they are risk taker, and they have growth-oriented mindset. Now, I listened to one of the respondents who mentioned in between. The in between means you are not constantly remaining in one position. You are thinking, focusing, and scaling. You know, when you remember the BMC, the business model canvas, it helps you to Remember that you have to partner with people. You have to change your location. You have to change your brand. You have to rebrand. You have to improve on your customer service. You have to improve on your sales team. You know, things that you need to do on a daily basis to improve your product and service helps you to grow over time. So, and I'll put this to you, like there are 4 levels of entrepreneur. Please write this down. Everybody should write this down because I believe that Mr. Diwali is going to ask you next week. Number 1, the first level is you managing the product and services. That's the first level as an entrepreneur, not a self-employed person. In between it, you are a self-employed person and you are an entrepreneur at the same time. The moment you cross the stage 1 to stage 2, which is team management, so you are managing a team, you are no longer a self-employed person. You are now an entrepreneur because once you start managing people, then you have left the first stage. Now, the third stage is you managing the managers, meaning that you have built a large team. Those teams, you are able to bring out maybe 2 or 3 managers whom you now train. You know, you train them to train others. After that, that leads to you building a leader. Now, at this level, you are not working. You are not the one working. At manager level, you're no longer working. You're just managing people. You're leading you. So when you get to that leading stage, now, trust me, you are going to impact the entire generation of those leaders, the managers, the team, and also your product and services. So you have to keep these 4 things in mind. As far as I'm concerned, it's going to help you to think far. Are you at the level of product and service, or you now have a team you're managing, or you have managers whom you're managing, or you're now building leaders? This will help you to think very far. So where you're coming from and where you're going, extremely important. The self-employed person is an individual who works for themselves. They are okay, comfortable with their products and services. In fact, if you tell them good morning, they tell you, oh, it's 12 o'clock. They know each time, each clock, each tick. They can tell you what's happening in their community from morning to night. Yes, they know everything. They tell you, oh, so person just passed here now. We know him. Because they are always at their workplace. They can't move. They are static. Yes. Once you are sitting there in one place, if you leave for 2 minutes, everybody, the business is closing down. Oh my God, they just stole my biscuits. They just stole my product. You're self-employed. So their schedule, their business operations is just constant. So, and sometimes being a self-employed makes you not to be ambitious. Sometimes. So you have to be in between, like one of my sisters mentioned initially. If you are in between, that helps you to start having a growth mindset, which we discussed earlier. So what are the characteristics of self-employed? They are flexible, you know, they are self-employed, so they have all the freedom. They can set their times. Okay, once it's 12 o'clock, I will close the shop. Once they close the shop, the business ends that day. They specialize. So if they're into selling ties, they focus on ties. It's difficult to change their business. They have no reason to expand into other businesses and everything. Now, because they are independent, they are self-employed, they are so responsible for their own income and business decisions. So once you go advise them, like, oh, sir, do you know that pure water leather is selling at so rate? Can you add to your business? No. I love selling biscuits. This is what I like. I like selling biscuits. My great-grandfather sold biscuits, and this is what we've been doing. Please, you have to change your mindset. No, the key difference is that one is focused on innovation, the other one prioritize independency and all that. You can see the strain, you can read it, you're going to have the manual and everything. Now, one is willing to take significant risk, which is the entrepreneur. The other one is aiming at being stable. Oh my God, we have food to eat, we have shoes to wear. Thank God, everything is fine. That is a self-employed person. He does not want to grow, neither build anybody. He's not thinking of future, he's thinking of now. And everything hangs now. He's not ready to take any risk. Yes, if you come and say, sir, we have a loan product called Build Your Business Expansion Loan. He will tell you, what is it for? I'm okay. Oh, I don't think I need loan for anything. In fact, last month I made 20,000. This month I made 50,000. So what do I need loan for? His mind is fixed. So the risks and rewards, the entrepreneur take high risk, the self-employed take low risk, and all that. Now, let me round up with this on this part. When deciding between self-employed and entrepreneur, it's important to consider your personal goal. Remember what I told you initially, sir, please? I mentioned the word, If I Rule the World by Oluwafemi Adedipe. Please find that book. The book is so rich and it can transform anyone's life. Where are you coming from? Where are you going? That is your goal. Where are you going? Do you have goals? Do you think in 2 years' time, in 5 years' time, you'll be someone who is an employer of labor? What is your risk tolerance? What lifestyle are you looking at? You see, Tony Elumelu can go to bed at any time if he wish to, but still, he's still working. But you can sleep from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and you're fine. And you are aiming to be like Tony Elumelu one day. You can never be like Tony Elumelu. Trust me, it's not possible. The workload is not the same. Each part offers unique opportunities and challenges. So choose the one that best fits your aspiration and value. So some of you maybe your religion does not tolerate risk. Some of you, maybe your religion or your value system is based on hand to mouth. All you want to do is take care of my family and I. You are not interested in building any career. You're not interested in building any future for anyone. You're not thinking of product that will touch the life of others, but you can use Facebook because without Facebook, trust me, your product may not sell. So if Facebook has designed that product for his family alone, then nobody will reach the world. So I'm just trying to make your mind to expand right now. That if you have a product and a service that you're offering right now, you must start thinking like an entrepreneur. And that is the only way for you to define yourself as either self-employed or an entrepreneur. Thank you very much for that section. I'm going to ask, do you have any question before we further this business structure? Is there any other question from anyone? Anyone with question? Please, if you're raising your hand, just unmute and speak. If you have question, quickly, let's run. We have limited time. Anyone? Any question? Any question? All right. Let's move on to how to structure your business for profitability. Now, I'm going to share this as a secret because in this environment that you are so privileged to have this beautiful training. And it's a secret that most people will never see, maybe until they pay heavily for it. How do you structure your business for profitability? Now, number one thing you must do is to identify fixed and variable costs, analyze cost drivers, benchmark against industry standard. Now, these three things are not just the end of you being profitable. Now, there's what we call costs and expense. So you need to understand what really takes money from you and what you spend money on. So a lot of people just wake up in the morning and say, oh, last week we made 20,000. But remember, within the 20,000, you bought recharge card, you paid transportation, you bought fuel, you bought gas, you bought, you replace some products or you replace other things in your house or in your offices and all that. So it's a proof that you didn't make a dime. Yes, you never make money. Once you calculate your expenses and you have something, I call it residual, so you have something little left, which you probably not touch, then you have profit. As long as you are eating your profit every time, you have not made anything. Each month passes by, and all you see is, negative. Your account balance is always on red. Once your account balance is on red, there's a problem. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of people have done good businesses and they left it along the line because they are not conscious of all this. All they do is, oh, this is not the kind of business I should be doing. In fact, I need to pray very hard. It is not about prayer. It's about you identify those things that takes money away from you. If you are paying someone's salary, If you are paying rent in an expensive location and you service that you offer or you render, you can still move to a cheaper rent location and pay less rent and still offer your service and even make more money than going to places that you can't afford rent. If your salaries, if you have five staff you're paying, and you know that these 5 staff are not productive, you have the right to fire and refire. It's there. It's not cast on stone. You can fire, refire. There are 2 things we do in those days. We say train or trade. It's either you train a staff to do more or you trade him, you send him away. It's not forced. If you're building for future, you have the right to do and undo, because that is the only way you can move forward. Now, the variable costs, which are the material and utilities things that you have to pay for all this. What raw materials do you need to build, to improve, and to sell? You must know. In BMC, the business model canvas, I love the area of the key partners. Who are you partnering with? To get your products and services are very important. If you look at the market voice, so what is happening in the market? Are they selling high? So you find out that this high cost of product can be gotten at a cheaper price in a particular location. So all you need to do is to go partner with these people so that you can maintain your material costs. That will reduce your tension of, oh, things are not selling well. In fact, I'm under pressure. You can't be under pressure. People are still making a lot of sales. So what are the things, the activities that you do that takes a lot of expenses from you? Do you buy excess recharge card? Do you just go out in the morning, buy fuel, and do marketing from morning to night without location? A lot of people just go and say, we are going for marketing, and they go for a whole day doing nothing. So look at the industrial standard. What is selling? What is the cost? How much is recharge card in your area? How much is in Maitama? If you go to Transcorp Hilton right now, you buy a bottle of Coca-Cola at 1.5. But in your area, you have Coca-Cola at 500 or 300. So who is supplying the Transcorp Hilton Coca-Cola? Find out. You can partner. These are the ways to strategize around your business. Now, your revenue is also important. Optimizing your, let me check that quickly. Optimizing price and revenue stream. How do you optimize this? Competitive pricing. I use the word sweet spot. Now, research your competitor's price and find the sweet spot that balances market demand and your profit margin. If all you want to make is huge profits in one day, then you are not going to do business. You are not going to make money. I love the Malams, the Hausas, for one reason. I don't know if we have people from the north in this group. Do we have? Someone is saying something. You see, the northern always make little profits, but they focus on retail. So they make sure they sell, make profit of 5 naira, 15 naira, 15 naira, 15 naira, and they keep doing that. But if you want to be greedy, you want to make 500 naira from one product, then your product is going to stay for life. You must learn to, do away with greed. Look at what is selling in the market. If it is 5,000 that people are adding, you can make yours 2.5. Trust me, you're going to sell faster than those who are selling at 2.5. When rice went so high, like people could not afford to buy rice again, some people were still selling at as low as 45,000 naira, and they sell almost everything. So you have to understand what is happening in the market. What do I need to do? Who is selling in my area that has the highest, the price? Reduce your price, attract more clients, and you get whatever you want. Even if it's at rate of 500 or 200, it's not bad. Value-based pricing, align your pricing with the perceived value. What value are you offering? Value propositions. I love that very well. What value are you bringing to the table? A lot of us think that everything is about making money. Sometimes all the value the clients are looking for is the relationship. Trust me, just relationship. Relationship will help you not to do marketing. The client will be marketing for you. The way you perceive them, the way you welcome them, the way you treat them, the way you offer the product and service to them, they will tell you, madam, don't worry, tomorrow I'll bring my friend. What value are you selling? Diversify your revenue stream. So when you are complaining of, okay, this is not good enough. Last month is all expenses. The little you make, please push it on different things. Review your products. The product is not selling well. Put less, money on it. Get the one that sells higher. If it is 15 naira bread that is selling very well among your bread, buy more 15 naira bread. Leave the one of 500. It's strategic. So all these are practical. They are not theory. You can go out there and see them working for you. And that is why I said these are secrets that you probably not get elsewhere. Leveraging on what? Operational efficiency. A lot of you, probably, you may have this, you may know it because some of you have worked in private firm and you know how they streamline everything. Streamline your workflow, eliminate wasteful steps. You have account officer, you have admin officer. So the same thing account officer is doing, the same thing admin officer is doing. Why not eliminate one line and make it one? Why not eliminate one of this line of reporting line and make it just single line of reporting so that you can be the final approver? So if you're saying, okay, admin never approve, madam, account as approval, I'm still waiting for admin. What kind of process is that? You're just wasting your time, wasting your resources, wasting money, delaying your business. Then one of the key things that you also need to do is to leverage on technology. A lot of people they are just relaxing, thinking that, okay, everything's going to be fine. Things may not be fine, and things will not be fine because whether you like it or not, technology has come to stay. Some are still thinking that, okay, things will change. Trust me, robot is even taking over. So you have to wake up from your sleep. So you have to learn to collaborate with those who are technology inclined to help you, like this opportunity you have right now. There are a lot of opportunities that you're going to get at the end of this training. You have a way of asking basic questions that will help you to have solutions to your business. Whether you want to develop app, you want to go into ads, you want to help yourself by broadcasting your business and products out there. You have all these opportunities right here. Inventory management. How often do you control your system? What is happening? What is going in and out? Do you have stock? You keep stock of what is going out and in of your business. If you ask some people now, okay, can we have your register for what you've done over 3 months? Guess what? You can have it. If you don't have that, you are a self-employed person, please. Self-employed person, because they are in control of everything, they eat both their profit and loss. Yes, I use that word. They eat both profit and loss together, and they just close the business. So they naturally close their business without knowing it. So are you a self-employed person? How do you manage your invoice? How do you negotiate favorable terms with your vendors? How do you optimize your inventory? How do you seek external finance? What are the things you do? Are you considering a soft loan to improve or to buy a product that, I don't know if you have seen Lions Den, these people that go for competition, they ask questions and a lot of questions are asked, then you get a grant for a period of time. Are you thinking of going that route? If your mind is not going that route, all you think is, I'm going to make profit in the next 20 years, then you are a self-employed person. So you need to start thinking, what am I? Implementing cost-saving strategies. Vendor negotiation, that is the partnership I was talking about when it comes to BMC. Who are you partnering with that will help you to manage your products very well? Oh, they are selling rice at 50,000 in Maitama. At Kaduna is 35,000. Who is selling this rice at 35,000 naira? Look for that person. Don't wait until rice now go to 55,000 or 60,000. You can make a lot of profits within that period. Workforce optimization. Everything has been defined to make sure that your workflow is easy and accessible. Assess your staffing needs, and consider options like remote work sometimes helps you to reduce the expenses. Outsource your work. You can't do everything. You need to crack your brain sometimes. Why cracking your brain when you have Mr. Adewale, Mr. Emmanuel to just call, sir, please, I have this problem. How can I solve it? The highest you do is to pay cheap, and you pay a little fund and you get solution. And you can stay 5 months, wasting your 5 months without getting solution. Then another person is doing the same thing and getting result. Energy efficiency. What are you doing with your power? Maybe in your office, you have 5 ACs, you're a big man, while you are still struggling, you're a self-employed person. you have to reduce your cost at all costs. So tax optimization, you have to understand this. I'm going to be discussing this ahead of us. So diversifying your income, you need to understand your product line expansion, geographical expansion, and passive income stream. Now, this geographical expansion is only meant for those who are entrepreneur, because a self-employed person is not thinking of expansion. He's thinking of retention. I want to retain my office, my space. That's all they think. So all they have is their current position is their last bus stop. So if you're in that category, you are self-employed. You are not an entrepreneur. So you need to expand your mind, expand your geographical states, and build a brand that will last forever, even when you are gone. So achieving sustainability for business, it's very key. And if you follow those simple steps we've listed above, it's going to help you to, reduce your expenses and also align with your vision and mission and make you realize your profits. So do we have any question? Do we have contribution? Do we have a view? Anybody? Is there anything you want to share quickly before we proceed? We're about to finish, and I want someone to speak up. If you're learning something, if you've learned something new, please, I want someone to speak. Just one person, then we'll continue and end the class quickly. Is there anyone that says maybe you've done something to, better your business? Please, anyone can speak up right now. I'm waiting. Is anybody?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you very much for speaking up.
My name is Chidebere. Thank you, Coach. Let me call you Coach.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great ones, great insights.
Thank you very much.
I think what my take out for now is clearly defining a self-employed person and an entrepreneur. You've given it all I need, and I think I'll run with that. Thank you very much. Nice session so far.
Thank you very much. Is there any other person there? Any other one? Would you have any lady in the house? We have so many ladies hanging there. Do you have anybody? All right. So understanding the different business structure, which is very, very important. Now, a lot of us are self-employed, but we want to migrate from being self-employed to being an entrepreneur. And before you be an entrepreneur, you need to understand the structure of where you're falling into. If you want to be a sole proprietorship of your business, it's a choice. If you want to partner, it's a choice. And if you want to go higher, whether to incorporate it as a limited liability company or a bigger one, it's a choice. But all these have pros and cons as well. So you need to understand exactly what you're going into. I remember when I left my job like 6 years ago, the first office I worked, and I partnered with a friend. In the process of time, I just realized that the vision of this guy is different from mine. So sometimes partnership may not go well. So if you are starting as a sole proprietorship, you have to understand your vision, your mission, which align with where you are coming from and where you are going. So where am I coming from? I'm coming from a private sector, and I want to be an entrepreneur. How can I be an entrepreneur without being a sole proprietorship of a business? So you must learn to be, you must understand the word one step at a time. If you're jumping, trying to run and you just started a business less than a year, you jump and say, no, I need to formally register this business as a limited liability company. Maybe you probably may not go well. A lot of people register their company as a limited liability company in Nigeria, and when they have something good to do, they now remember that, oh, I think I have registered a company before. Can you imagine? I have a company registered like 2, 3, 5 years ago. I don't even use it. So it's because the CAC has given privilege to everybody to just register and get their own share of, But why did you register a company without a vision, without mission? You have no vision, you have no mission, and you register a company? It's an evidence that you have no mind to even grow initially. All you just did, maybe everybody's doing it. Oh, my friend just registered a company. In fact, maybe contract will come. You have to remove those kind of mindset. Registering a company should be for reason, in fact, it should be for growth. I've started this product, I need to take it higher. Whatever is going to cost you, follow through. That is what it is. So once the opportunity comes for expansion, people are not, if they actually, please, is this a company or an individual, because everybody is safe when it comes to a company. But if it comes to individual, somebody will draw back. Investors will draw back. So you have to understand that. So we have the sole proprietorship, we have the partnership, and we have the corporation or LLC. So who are they? The sole proprietorship, what do? They are simple to establish. They have tax benefit. They are in full control, just like a self-employed person. The owner has complete autonomy over all business decisions and operation. If you're in that category, perfect. Your mission is to maintain. So once you're not there, your business will suffer. Once you are sleeping, there's no profit. Once you travel, there's no business. Anything you do around that side is just you and you alone. I am myself limited company. So you are just yourself. Profit and tax are as personal income, potentially at low rate than other corporate. So you have nearly zero tax. Government doesn't tax you. You're just there enjoying your flow. So if you want to be in this category, please think very well. Remember where you're coming from and where you're going. If where you're coming from is as okay as anything, you can maintain this level. Partnership, like I mentioned initially, you share experience or expertise, you share risks, and you have potential conflicts, which is possible. I had that as well. And the conflicts may not be as a result of finance. It may just be communication problem. It may be like skill problem, because somebody may feel like, okay, I'm better than this guy, and it's not doing what I want. I want to fly. The other person is crawling. So it's like drawing the other person backward. So you have to find a person who has a vision like you. You want to go far in life, you don't need to carry jaundice around you. You need people who are passionate about their lives first before the job. So because once you're passionate about your life, you're thinking of growth, then anything you lay your hands on, you want it to grow. So you're going to go far. Now for the limited liability company, you have the liability protection. So for your individual person, you are protected because the burden is on the company. So if you are owing, you have the right to say, okay, let the company pay. Debit my account, and then you're fine. The company will just bear the loss for that period. So flexible structure can be structured as a sole proprietorship, partner, and also corporate. So this is flexible to control, because once you migrate to this level, you can go in between. It's 100% possible. Now, the compliance requirements they are more administrative requirement than sole proprietorship. So they are like you having a team, you have the office location, you have visibility and all that. Now, what are the tax benefits? You can be can choose to be taxed as a partnership or a sole proprietorship. Then let me also share this tax thing with you. In Nigeria, you can't be taxed if your annual turnover share is like around 25, is it 25 million or so? The government doesn't tax you. So you have like three staff or below, the government doesn't tax you. But if you have above 25 million per annum, the government tax you and you have to pay. Once you're not paying, you'll be in trouble later, because that is coming back to you. Now for corporation, formal structure, corporation have a well-defined hierarchy. So if you go to CBN, you're going to see how the banks are arranged. If you go to other corporate entities like Dangote, if you go to Glo, MTN, all those big companies, you see the organogram is different from the other ones. So these are the ways you manage your structure, business structure. So it depends on what you want and the vision you are seeing. But trust me, you can start from somewhere. So why choosing your structure? You have to understand whatever it is that you're choosing. So you need to understand that the sole proprietorship, simple and inexpensive, fine. But the unlimited liability, full control, you're in control, fine, no problem, but limited resources are available. Then look at this, tax benefit, they enjoy it. Sustainability is unsure. Yes, it's very unsure. Easy to dissolve. You can wake up in the morning, maybe once the person is dead, the business is dead. So your family say, well, my dad once has a school. That's the end. He once has a school. So where is the school? It's no more because the man is late. Workload and responsibility on one person. So if you are the one, you are the alpha, omega, beginning and the end, your business is going to die because the workload and the responsibility will be too much on you at this level. So what exactly are you looking at? Are you looking at partnership, or you are looking at going into
limited liability company by having a team of people who will work with you, make the work easy, you know. And one thing is that once you have a limited liability company, this is what happened to you. Credibility. Let me go back. People look at you like, oh, this company, this is a registered company, and I think it's easy for me to do business with this kind of people. They are credible enough to do business with, even though the partner may not have seen your office location, but because you are officially legal, you understand, you are legally registered, you are visible to the world. Anybody can trace you and say, okay, please, do you register this company? Who are the shareholders? Who are the directors? They can easily trace you. Those are the things that make it more easy, just like this as well. So choosing the right structure for your business, you have to understand what they call evaluating your need. You have to evaluate the exact need. What do I need to, you know, to get this going? What are the risks I need to take? What are the risk tolerance I have? Am I going to go deep into having to break bound? Am I planning to expand? Am I planning to, you know, you have to set your goals right. You have to understand what we just left, the pro and con of this, of each of those structures you have. Weigh them, look at them very well. If I'm starting as a partnership, I have a plan to move to be a limited liability company. Fantastic. You have the right. Consult experts, just like what you're doing right now. You are consulting us to help guide you. You have the right to call Mr. Emmanuel. Sorry, I have a problem with my office and I need help right now. Please, what can I do? It's okay. Please reach out to a lawyer. I'm having a problem with the landlord or the owner of my company or the building, and I have, you know, challenges. He can guide you. You have the right to guide you on anything. You need financial, you have a financial problem, you need an accountant, they're going to recommend for you. Or any professional body that you need, they are here to guide you from A to Z. That is why you're here. So you have to follow through by asking questions. There's this adage that says, he who asks questions does not miss his way. Once you ask questions, you don't miss your way. So these are the key things that I want us to take on. So if you look at these structures, they have their key benefits and their drawbacks. Look at them and understand what exactly you are going into. That is why your goals are very important when you're taking on a structure. The structure you are picking up, you must understand the reason for picking that structure. Your why must be very strong enough so that once you start growing, you say, okay, I thank God I picked this structure because I've reached out to many people and they are ready to do business with me. Growth, the advantage and disadvantage, you know, one have a potential of growth. The privacy is also there, the tax and the liabilities are there. You have all this waiting for you. So now, after you've chosen your structure, let's start from the beginning and review that. You have now an entrepreneur. You have left the step of being a self-employed to an entrepreneur. You need to understand the structure you are picking, whether a limited liability company or you want to go into a corporation. Perfect. Now, you want to go into registration of accounts. You know, you want to register your business and also open an account with a bank. Have an account with any bank, please maintain your relationship with your account officer. But if your bank is not offering you anything, look for a bank that offers business loan. Now, once the interest rate is more than what you can chew, please abandon it and look for another one. That does not mean that you should close your current account. Maintain the account. Run the account effectively. Do not let your statement of accounts be dormant. In fact, keep running your account effectively because that will also give you access to other opportunities in other banks. What do you need? Starting a business can be very exciting, of course. So our guide will walk you through the key steps to successfully register your business and open a bank account. What do we do? Why are you doing it on your own? Please, because you want to save costs. So if you understand that, okay, I need to do a partnership registration, not a limited liability, what do I need to know about it? Go check online. Look at it, read about it. Don't let somebody call himself agents and just collect your money and give you paper later. Now, if you understand it's going to cost, it's going to help you save costs. It's also help you to be in control of whatever it is that you're doing in that process and also help you to learn. So once you go through that step, Trust me, every other thing, your taxation, your annual returns, your yearly review and all that, whatever CAC is doing, you understand every flow. That will help you to also achieve more in the next phase of your life. So if you're moving from partnership to limited liability company, you have nothing to call anybody for. All you need to do is you just go to CAC and make a formal request, and you're going to be granted. That is the purpose. So what are the steps? Choose the structure you want to choose. Register with any state or local government authority or the federal. It depends on where you're located. Obtain the necessary license and permits, because sometimes in Lagos State, for example, the agberos will come and ask for their own permits. The local government will come and ask for their own. So you need to understand what everybody needs. Don't just obtain the federal government and say, yes, I'm from the national level. No. For example, there are banks that we have almost, 8 or 9 sections of the banks. So if you are a state bank or local bank and you went to open another state without the state license, they're going to send you out of that place. So you need to understand exactly what you want for your business. Am I planning to expand my business into other states? If the answer is yes, you can start small. Start small with the states where you are, expand around the states. Then for you to move to the next state, it's going to be easy for you because your brand is already speaking up. That is how to do business. So the federal license, the state license, the industry specification is also important. Like healthcare, finance, and all that, they have their unique licenses. So if you're not in that line, perfect. You have a different response from the government or from the local or from the state level. It's different. So zoning and land use, you need to understand, if you're going to be going to land, you want to buy a property to run your business, you must understand where you're going to as well. Understand the land use of that state before you enter trouble, before Omonile will come and collect the land from you and the property. So opening a business account, you choose the bank, you gather the documents, you fund the account. Let me share this with you before I go. A lot of people open their corporate account, but they never fund it or they never run it for a month. And all they want is, well, once somebody hits jackpot, the account will just enter. The money will enter the account. Once your money hit the bank, they just, they just tell the account officer to make your account inactive for the meantime. You now start struggling to say, it's a corporate account now. Why is it frozen? What is happening? Oga, show us proof of fund while I start. So I want us to please open our mind and understand this simple flow, but you can handle this yourself by consulting the right people and everything will be fine. Obtain your TIN number. Please do not play with this TIN number. It's absolutely important. In as much as you're going to be a corporate body, please, if you are not self-employed, you need this. If you are entrepreneur, you need this. Register for taxes, file and pay your taxes when due. How do you get all those tools for any registration, whether for bank or for governments? You need to go to a government site, online services, and also legal templates are there for you, and advisory support are available. So you can consult us, my people, Mr. Adewale, they're available, Mr. Emmanuel, and every other person are there for you to help you out. Thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. I know you are stressed up already, but thank you for listening. If there are questions, it is time. And Mr. Adewale, thank you for listening. It's your turn.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel Yomi. What a great section. What a great time. I know our people are I'm sure our people already gained value. Yeah, okay. I see 1, 2. Okay, for a very quick one, I see one. Okay, I'm trying to do a head count. Okay. Okay, Mr. Samuel, thank you very much. I would love to take our questions now, but because of our time and next facilitator is actually in the waiting room already. Okay, this is what we'll do. Please, if you have any question, you can drop them in the chat box. We are sorry we'll have to take the questions this way. Drop them in the chat box. We'll get them across to Mr. Yomi, Mr. Samuel, then probably helps us answer them, and we'll send them across to you on the general WhatsApp group so everyone can read it. We are sorry that we'll take the questions that way because of our time. But can we please appreciate Mr. Samuel Yomi once again? Can we appreciate him for his time? that was a very beautiful section. I really gained a lot. Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. Thank you once again.